Sorry about that. We had a little bit of difficulty with the setup that we had going on here. For those of you guys who missed it, the teams that we have right here, Hayden going to be running Metagross, Hydreigon, Terrakion, Jellicent, Landorus, and Thundurus Incarnate. Riley going to be running Thundurus Incarnate, Kangaskhan, Sylveon, Heatran, Amoonguss, and Landorus, which looks pretty similar to what he ran last week. Going now into whatever turn we are at, Len, what do you think about the teams?
So they're actually both pretty standard teams. We see the Metagross for one, Kangaskhan for the other, Landorus on both. Riley's got the Sylveon. That could be pretty important. Hayden only has one resistance, and with the Hydreigon and Terrakion weak to it. The Jellicent could also play an important role in this game, as once Riley gets past, or Hayden gets past the Thundurus, nothing else will be able to KO it very easily.
So we do see Hydreigon pick up the knockout on the Landorus on Riley's side. That is going to go ahead and put Hayden in decent position. We do see a burn Landorus and Hydreigon.
Yeah, so that burnt Landorus is going to be a problem for Hayden, I think. He needed it to be able to KO this Heatran very easily. Right now, the Hydreigon and Landorus, neither one of them threaten the Heatran very well. Both could be KO'd by Heat Wave or Hyper Voice. This is in a really tough position for Hayden. We're joining this game a little bit in, but we see Riley has already lost a Pokemon, but Hayden's pretty close to losing two right here and putting Riley back in the lead.
Yeah, and we do see the Sylveon come out. Sylveon's going to be able to do a lot of work against Burn Landorus and Hydreigon. Most likely, if Hayden doesn't do any sort of switching or any sort of protecting, those two Pokemon are going to get knocked out this turn. Burn Landorus isn't going to be able to knock out the Sylveon at all. Hydreigon going to go ahead and protect itself this turn. That's a kind of cool, sweet move, I guess. I mean, it depends on what Hayden's final plan is. I don't remember what Pokemon he has in back. Most likely that Mega Metagross, though.
So this burnt Shuka is not going to do very much to Heatran. Less than half.
Right, and that's one of the things that Riley likes to use. He likes to have the Shuka Berry to prevent Landorus and Earthquakes from happening. Right now, I think it's
the best item for Heatran, unless you're trying to do substitute leftovers, because winning the Heatran Mirror is so important. Landorus is probably the most common Pokemon in the game right now, and it helps you so much against both of those things. I love to see the Shuka. It really, especially when you can also get the burn, it keeps Heatran at good health. Not risk of being KO'd, but still by this Landorus. I mean, by the Hydreigon. I'll explain it after this game.
So right now, Hayden got to decide what he wants to send in. Sorry for those of you guys, that were watching that missed out on the first part, because we also missed out on it too. We had some technical difficulties with our setup. I'm going to disable the Pokemon icons at the bottom right now.
Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties with getting those sprites right. It'll be fixed in a couple of rounds.
But I like this setup. This is the original setup that we like to do. Sylveon versus Mega Metagross. Mega Metagross, of course, will beat Sylveon most of the time.
We just got to watch out for that Heatran.
Right, Hydreigon needs to find a way to knock out that Heatran. Of course, Hydreigon, nowadays, since Move Tutors were introduced, it can carry both Dark Pulse and Earth Power.
Yeah, but at -2 special attack, I mean, it would take an Earth Power to get that KO. Dark Pulse.
Oh, no, I'm just saying that you can run it now instead of having to run Hidden Power Dark.
Yeah. The other thing is the Metagross may be able to take care of this itself. If it has Hammer Arm, after it Mega Evolves, it'll be faster than this Heatran. It doesn't really worry that much about what Sylveon can do to it. It very easily could just solve this the Heatran problem without worrying about Hydreigon.
Sylveon could also have Shadow Ball if it does decide to carry that, but most likely not. Going to go into Kangaskhan right now. Kangaskhan is Riley's signature Pokemon, in my opinion. It pretty much won him regionals last week, I thought. And this Shuka Heatran, too, so two of his MVPs right now out there. Hydreigon going to go ahead and go for the Dark Pulse, going to target down that Heatran, so it probably doesn't have anything better to do, as the Life Orb Recoil is going to go ahead and knock it out. Mega Metagross doesn't have anything to hit this Heatran. Heatran just going to go ahead and outspeed and go for the Flamethrower.
Yeah, I'm surprised Hayden didn't protect his Metagross that turn. He was able to hang on through that Flamethrower, but lost a lot of HP. But if it can't take out that Heatran anyway, it might as well take the turn to attack while Sylveon was on the field.
It does get the Iron Head off onto the Kangaskhan, and unfortunately now Metagross is going to be in range for
Sucker Punch, Fake Out, Heat Wave, pick your anything.
Right. How does Metagross want to get knocked out this turn, essentially? So Hayden needs some good support Pokemon to come out right now to help this Mega Metagross out. Otherwise, it looks like Riley might be in control to take this. Ooh, Jellicent.
Jellicent's about the best you can ask for in that regard. We saw him winning games, very, very long games with this Jellicent during the Premier Challenge. You know, it's a bulky, hard to get a KO with. Kangaskhan doesn't threaten it much. Heatran doesn't threaten it much. It may depend on Riley's third. Metagross may not matter. There's a decent chance Jellicent could win this game nearly on its own.
Right, and Heatran definitely a bit faster of a Pokemon than Metagross. I personally prefer the really, really fast Heatran to win the Heatran mirrors, right?
Yeah, or the slow, bulky one to take that trick of Earth Power for even less.
Yeah. Going into what happened last week was that Riley, I believe he is actually max speed, but he was worried about the speed tie. So if anything happened, you know, he still had that Shuka Berry to prevent the speed tie from totally ruining his tournament experience. Metagross is going to go ahead and protect himself this turn as Kangaskhan's going to go Mega. Jellicent right now, it looks like it's in pretty good position. Kangaskhan's going to show Protect. Most likely not going to have Fake Out if it does run Protect. As Heatran's also going to protect itself this turn.
I think Riley burning the Protect turn on Metagross for Hayden there. Now he can Sucker Punch it unless it goes for double Protect. Won't be able to do anything else.
I mean, that still might be an opportunity just to avoid it. I mean, people have been in a situation before where they just protect, they don't care if it succeeds or fails. It's just to avoid a Sucker Punch and saw some PP.
Yeah, and that's the issue with Sucker Punch. Kind of relies on your opponent to be willing to allow a Sucker Punch. If they never want to allow it, it won't ever happen. Right,
so now Riley has to pick which one he's more worried about, that Metagross or that Jellicent. Jellicent, of course, if it could get off an attack, might be able to knock out Kangaskhan from this range, though.
Yeah, could knock out Kangaskhan, definitely could knock out Heatran. Could also just burn the Kangaskhan and slowly chip it away while not really caring what it does after that, just hitting recover button until the Kangaskhan is
Metagross is going to go ahead and protect itself this turn as Kangaskhan goes for the Power-Up Punch onto the Metagross. Good play right there from Riley, trying to get around that Sucker Punch mentality. You know, if the Protect failed, okay. If he gets a +1 boost, if the Protect did succeed.
But a huge opportunity there for Hayden. That could have been an Iron Head KOing Kangaskhan before it moved.
Right, it's a missed opportunity that unfortunately he just has to move on from, you know?
Yeah, now Hayden's got to watch out for +1 Sucker Punches at this Jellicent. It got the one turn to Scald and get the Heatran knockout, but I'm not sure it can afford to use a damaging attack again until the Kangaskhan's off the field.
Or burned.
Yeah. Or burn.
Right,
burn would help us take the Sucker Punch a lot, but it's going to be taking Hyper Voices every turn, too. It could be difficult. I think a Scald on Kangaskhan or an Iron Head on Kangaskhan, getting it off the field, I think, was more important than getting Heatran off the field. So that, despite that idea that Kangaskhan can't touch Ghost, the Sucker Punch is still an option, and it really limits what Hayden can do now. He's going to have to take several Hyper Voices to get this Will-O-Wisp on Kangaskhan, especially if it protects.
There is still 6 minutes left of this battle, and Sylveon going to go ahead and go for the Hyper Voice. How much damage is this going to do to Jellicent? Almost picks up knockout with the critical hit, as Jellicent going to go ahead and set up a Trick Room, so I don't mind that.
Yeah, it can recover before taking a Hyper Voice now, which is almost certainly what it has to do. Clearly another Hyper Voice would be a KO, but I just don't think Hayden can out-heal this Sylveon Hyper Voice, even though Kangaskhan will be sitting there doing nothing the entire time.
Right. 6 minutes left in this battle. It's still, I mean, if Hayden plays his cards right and Riley doesn't play his cards right, it could be problematic. Kangaskhan goes for the Sucker Punch. It's going to fail. Jellicent going to go ahead and recover back some health. How much can the Sylveon Hyper Voice do? It's a single target Hyper Voice.
Yeah, this is a powerful Hyper Voice.
And that is going to do... Oh, Curse Body.
Curse Body's huge. Curse Body. This allows a Will-O-Wisp towards the Kangaskhan. A Will-O-Wisp this turn with what's most likely a Choice Sylveon means that neither Pokemon can do damage at all. Sylveon can recover for free, it can Will-O-Wisp for free, it can do anything for free but Scald.
Is it a struggle? Is it Choice? That's a good question. Struggle might just chip away at Sylveon.
Yeah,
you know?
and Struggle is going to make this game so much easier. And, you know, we did see that Recover out-healed the Hyper Voice. This was bound to happen eventually just because neither Pokemon could break this Jellicent.
Right, Jellicent go ahead and going to go for the Recover. Hayden pretty much has 5 minutes to try to knock out the Kangaskhan right now.
The timer is Riley's best choice now. Now that we see that is a Choice Sylveon, the only way Riley wins this game is on timer. There's nothing he can do except hoping for a Curse Body expiry before Kangaskhan's knocked out. We already saw that Recover heals more than Hyper Voice does, even focused. He needs to take his full 45 seconds every turn, try to win this game 2-on-1, but it's going to be really difficult to do. His Sylveon's going to be knocking itself out very quickly.
Right, a quarter of your health gets knocked out. Jellicent goes for the Willis, gonna burn that Kangaskhan console now. Oh, bang, burns the Sylveon to try to knock it out as fast as possible. That's actually a smart move from Hayden's side.
We already talked about how Kangaskhan can't do anything if all Sylveon does is click.
And it reduces the Sylveon struggle power by half.
Yeah. I also think Hayden may have been expecting a Kangaskhan Protect. We talked about the timer as his biggest ally. Allowing a burn was going to get rid of the health in Kangaskhan, but now another struggle ends this game. There's no reason to let a Sucker Punch go. It's another Will-O-Wisp towards Kangaskhan to recover. Hayden has this game. We see Jellicent just completely destroying these last 3 Pokemon. Nothing that Riley could do to break this Jellicent.
Gonna go ahead and Willis the Kangaskhan. Sylveon's gonna go ahead and struggle and knock itself out. That's gonna leave it Pokemon Jellicent versus Kangaskhan, and all Kangaskhan has to hit this Jellicent right now is just gonna be that Sucker Punch. So
yeah, now the timer's not even on Riley's side. If this game were to expire right now, Hayden is bound to have more HP with that giant HP Jellicent sitting there almost full health.
Right, and I think right now Hayden just recently won the Premier Challenge. I think Jellicent was the MVP in that situation. Now Jellicent is definitely paying off, and Hayden has absolutely zero guts in bringing Jellicent to this tournament. I mean, match is forfeited.
What a great match.
Hayden's going to go ahead and take it.